Second topic, Mr. Trevor Downey. Look at this. The late winner. And I'm just going to put this on screen because I just love seeing it time and time again. 88 Chiesa, Bournemouth. 90 plus 10, Rio and Gamoa, Newcastle. 83rd minutes, Aboslai, Arsenal. 90 plus 5, Salah, Burnley. Added to 90 plus 2, Virgil van Dijk, Atletico. By the way, before we talk about late winners, just last night, great corner, brilliant header from the skipper, wasn't it?
Ah, man, it's so much just what we want to see. And it's frustrating that we don't see more of it from not just Verge, but from the other lad. Now, I read a stat there. We came up with a stat last night on Raw. 25 goals he's had, I think, from in the air from 2019 or something like that. Remarkable. And that is, so to say he doesn't score enough seems a bit churlish. But it's because he's so freaking good, Dave.
Yeah.
And it was so, oh man, it was so enjoyable. It was such an emphatic header. The fact that it went back in the direction it came from as well and just rippled the net, the timing of it, the fact that it's him, it was a perfect moment. And I think it feeds into what we're going to talk about here, because it felt that there was a little sniff of inevitability about it too.
Yeah.
So that might feed into where you're going next. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it does feel like whether Satan and Thanos have coming off the bench to help us now and again, it does feel a little bit inevitable. It's absolutely great. Although I was going to give you this because not everyone thinks it's great, particularly the ramblings of Mr. Paul Merson on Sky Sports. I'll give you this quote. They should be mid-table. They've been gifted 6 points. Thoughts on that one, Trev?
Look, Paul Merson, I've always sort of had a semi-liking for him. He had a rough go of it, Yeah. He was a wildly talented lad who was just also a wild lad and had to face every addiction under the sun, it seemed.
Yeah.
And so I kind of have a default setting for fellas like that. I know a lot of them in real life. And you just kind of go, you're one of those guys, you kind of shake your head and go, oh, you're talking your nonsense again. And he really does talk a lot of nonsense. I mean, he's not quite in the brain donor category, but he might not be far off it. I mean, I do understand it. It's coming from a place of tribal sort of bitterness, frustration. We saw Rio Ferdinand doing a more egregious version of that on some show where he's sitting there, giving it loads about how we're poor and we're lucky, and it's really does fit into this topic where I know you want to take this, because that is the question. And I know you'll have been asked it, because I certainly have been asked it. I know it'll have been said to your face, because it certainly has been to mine.
Yeah.
Oh, you are lucky. You are lucky. Really? Okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah, because it's funny almost, especially as it goes back to the narrative of last night. I mean, we're 2-0 up after 6 or 7 minutes, whatever it is, and we're cruising, and we have so many big chances. I mean, Salah hits the post, Wirtz goes right, round the keeper, bad touch, or to score. There were other moments that we are dominant. It's just because of what unfolds there and a few deflections and certain bits that the narrative changes completely. But I honestly keep coming back to it. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying when your mates at work keep saying like, oh, you're so, and you can see the venom as they talk about it and the annoyance at it as well. And you see in those various other fan channels where they're doing, the watch alongs, and they kind of like, they literally are like so happy, like, yes, there's a minute left. And then all of a sudden, with a minute to go, Michael on the step appears for him, doesn't he? And they are kind of there like just rocking back and forth. It actually brings you a bit of joy to see. But I wonder if you think about this like me. Yes, you can't keep doing it every game. We're not going to go 60 games a season with a last-minute winner. Nothing happens like that. And it is a bit unprecedented to have so many so early. I get that. But isn't this a massive strength? Isn't it just something that we should embrace a little bit, that we have this quality as a strength? Surely.
It gets muddied by, again, big mainstream media outlets
Yeah,
like Sky and like TNT, where you have absolute mouth breathers like, I won't even mention his name, saying about
yeah,
how lucky we are, we're blessed, we're very fortunate. And, you know, sadly, there are lots of ex pros who aren't the brightest, and they will perpetuate this nonsense. And then you'll get the tribal likes of Rio Ferdinand and maybe Merson to an extent, and they will propagate more of this nonsense. And I suppose where I go, and I'm sure you do as well, is into my lovely little warm, happy place where I
yeah,
recall the years, man, the years of having to suffer through Fergie-time, decades, 2 decades of it, where there was an inevitability to a United win that would break your heart every single time.
yeah,
And we had to endure that for the longest period of time. And, you know, United used to win games in the tunnel famously. The Liverpool setup before that used to win games in the tunnel. They would win games late. And the reason we are doing this is a combination of dominance in the game,
yeah,
continuing to play to the final whistle, and sheer quality. That, when you ally it to the psychology now that is building, and this is what people don't seem to understand, Dave, the more this happens, man, the more people who are in opposition to us will feel it's going to be inevitable. Shit, someone's going to handle a ball in the box, or
yeah.
shit, there's going to be a corner in the last minute. Well, this is going in.
Manning. Yeah,
So, dude, to me, the more this happens, the better it is. I think this is already given us a weapon in the season to come now. This start has already psychologically messed up future opponents because they will be skittish. And when it is in those last few minutes, like you say, man, it won't happen all the time, but
no.
we'll do it more often than not. We'll force our will onto a team. And that's a remarkable strength, and it can't be seen as anything else.
Yeah, will literally, as you said, we'll start to break them in the tunnel before. And the way people analyze it as well, if you look at just those five winners on the screen, the only one I can kind of understand a little bit from Merson's point, I mean, that Hannibal handball, that was just brain dead, wasn't it? It was brilliant, but it was brain dead what he did. But that Bournemouth goal, that's a superb volley on the angle from Chiesa. That Ngamoa goal, do you remember that step over from Zabozlai? What a team move that was. Absolutely brilliant. Inside of the stanchion, the post, brilliant free kick. And last night, as you said, there's something, it was so aesthetically pleasing, that Zabozlai cross, heading back the way it comes from, especially the fact that Canate heads it like a 50p head, as they'd say where I'm from. So just a centre
Same.
half that is so smooth and does it that way. There is that just delight, and it's fair. Yeah, Jennifer's saying there, please not my season, my whole heart can't take it. It does play there, and you go in mental 5 times. I did want to ask you as well, because you said this, it does make your heart back to history and those old teams that can do it. Even maybe in recent times when we were, I mean, how many points we were ratcheting up under Jurgen Klopp? And every time a late goal from a Pep Guardiola, do you remember like that company one against
Yep.
Leicester? That heartbreak moments where you just like turn the TV off, burn everything down. We know what's going to happen type of thing. I actually think, though, that I look at the league now and where they are. Lego Head's got his team playing dully side to side, as we see. City seem to be in a big flux, a little bit like ourselves. So they were not proving they can do it right now. I think we're showing we're the only team in this league that can do it and do it regularly. And that hurts other teams mentally and in the gut, doesn't it?
That is this again, that's kind of the point I was trying to make. It is already a weapon that we have now, that that's the word, it hurts our rivals. They're watching that, man, it's dragging them down. And it's not just the fans that you and I interact with, it's the
No.
people at those clubs. They're like, oh my God. And this is the word I keep coming back to with us at the moment. We're inevitable.
Yeah.
Liverpool are inevitable. It's just something that you can't. The only way you can acquire that quality is by having a sustained period of success, a group of players who have faith in each other, and more to the point, have ability. And that's how you get a magnificent winner like last night's. That's how you get someone who can step up in the 83rd minute and bend it right into the top corner. That's how you get a 16-year-old kid who can coolly finish. And a lad who is, being nominally farmed out to everyone who wanted him, popping off with a beautiful half volley finish to win us the first game of the season. That's quality. That's the thing that people, in their need to find out what's wrong with Liverpool. I don't know what you find, but that is the commentary I'm facing all the time. It's all about what's wrong with us. You're not great in defense. You are riding your luck. You're not great here. Okay, look at the match stats for all the matches, and then come back to me when you actually have a clue what's happened. And the fact that there's we feel inevitable. Dude, I can't tell you how much I'm enjoying this. Like, I am savoring this,
And in fact, almost, I suppose, to finish this and turn the question around, last season, early doors, and take out the Forest, because that result still bugs on a lot, doesn't it? That defeat. But if you took that aside, every game, or nearly every game, we seem to get 2-0 up or so. And then, as they would call it, garbage time. We would just control it, wouldn't we? Play out the game like 2-0, 3-0. And it was brilliant to watch, but it was clinical in that sense. It's almost the complete opposite. And I get people would like to see, as you said, people talk about more control, sister, all those type of things. I tell you what, though, this is far more exciting in a way, isn't it? Just for the viewing presence.
Oh my God. Like, I mean, not that I'm that interested in how neutrals feel, but I mean, what I enjoy, Dave, I enjoy remarkably the fact that we are upsetting everyone. How long were we the nicest little boys in the world? I'm sick of it. I love the idea that everyone is upset. They think of us and they go, oh, it's eating them up, man. And I'm here for it.
I love it. Honestly, ever since this summer, where us spending money, as we know and we've talked about, and selling well, has bugged the shit out of them basically all summer. This is now bugging everyone. I think it's fair to say this, isn't we? We are the new most hated club. We are loving that title, but we've assumed it, I think, haven't we?
Yeah, the Liverpool bad thing grew to quite a level in the off season because, like you rightly say, we were showing such, I don't know, sort of mastery of the transfer market, buying and selling. But whoa, it's taken a whole leap forward now since we took to the field and we're doing this late winning thing. Liverpool bad is absolutely the currency that other fans are trading in. It's just...
Yeah, it is. There's your big decision, people. For neutrals, Liverpool bad. For us, late winners, sensational. We will stay no more on this topic. We are all here for it.